What extreme secrets are the richest hiding to survive World War III? In this video, we'll expose their bizarre backup plans that seem ripped from sci-fi. You won't believe the unthinkable lengths the ultra-wealthy are really preparing, or where they may flee when global chaos consumes the world outside their secret sanctuaries. Prepare to have your mind blown. Number 15. Stockpiling Necessities. One of the first things many wealthy preppers do is amass stockpiles of crucial necessities that could become scarce or expensive real fast if a major global conflict erupts. We're talking food, water, fuel, medicine, protective equipment, and more. Some keep rotating 6-month to 1-year supplies, while others have true bunkers with 5 to 10-year supplies of everything needed to weather even a long-term, post-war breakdown of society. While expensive to set up, these stockpiles give rich folks a huge peace of mind advantage over the average person if SHTF. Number 14. Investing in hard assets. When uncertainty rises, cash is trash. So instead of keeping all their wealth in dollars, stocks, or bonds, smart rich preppers make sure a good chunk of their portfolio is allocated to tangible assets like productive farmland, gold, silver, valuable collectibles, and other things that hold value independently of any economic system. They know these hard assets are much more likely to maintain their buying power through wars, recessions, inflation, or even a complete collapse. This allows their wealth to weather all storms and positions them strongly for reconstruction afterwards. Number 13. Relocating to safe havens. Some of the most forward-thinking wealthy families aren't waiting around for war to come to them. They're relocating strategically now to places they've assessed are less likely to be direct conflict zones or targets for invasion, while still offering abundant resources and defensive advantages. We're talking remote mountainous regions, highlands, designated survival condos in major cities equipped as fortress bunkers, and private compounds hidden deep in the wilderness with layers of security. Having alternate safe locations to retreat to gives peace of mind and improves survival odds significantly. Number 12. Building customized shelters. For those with unlimited funds, no pre-existing shelter is adequately safe, so the ultra-rich are having specialized survival structures custom-built that go way beyond any regular home. We're talking full-on underground bunkers with 5 feet thick concrete walls, independent life support systems, armories, medical facilities, and supplies enough to last decades buried deep within secured private land. Some even have tunnel networks connecting separate shelters. While extremely costly, these fortress shelters are the ultimate insurance policy against any threat from war above ground level. Number 11. Training for self-defense. With wars can come chaos, so richer preppers aren't leaving their security to chance. Many undergo intensive paramilitary combat and tactical medic training to become highly skilled survivalists that can defend themselves, their families, and shelters against any threats. Some even create private militia units. Beyond guns, they learn diverse skills like hand-to-hand combat, tracking, wilderness survival, explosives, and advanced first aid to give themselves highly effective defensive capabilities in any doomsday scenario. The wealthy can not only survive but thrive through adapting. Number 10. Investing in private security. Top-tier protection is absolute for rich preppers, so they hire and highly compensate elite former military and special ops veterans as full-time private security. These guards live on site and undergo additional specific survival and protection training. They form coordinated response teams equipped with armored vehicles, drones, perimeter sensors, and heavy firepower matched to any invasion threats. This allows wealthy families absolute confidence in their safety and to focus minds on other preparations, not worrying about basic protection which is handled professionally. All right, we're at the halfway point now, so let's take a quick break. Be sure to smash that like button if you're finding this peek behind the curtains fascinating. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the other secrets still to come. Number 9. Multiple forms of transport. No prep is complete without considering transportation needs. Rich preppers stash versatile vehicles suited to diverse terrain like trucks, ATVs, boats, and even light aircraft. Fuel is stockpiled too, along with repair parts. This gives maximum flexibility to relocate within their property's protected zone, evacuate farther if needed, import supplies, and stay mobile in any conditions. All critical advantages in a crisis. Some also keep vehicles specially modified for off-roading, stealth, and combat just in case roads get dangerous post-collapse. Freedom of movement is key for survival. Number 8. Maintaining low profile. While preparing aggressively, the smartest wealthy preppers also play things close to their chest. They avoid broadcasting their assets publicly or getting on any official registries that could make them targets in emergencies. Mail is sent to anonymous P.O. boxes, records are kept minimal both digitally and physically, and they outfit homes for low visibility from aerial surveillance. This stealth approach is both a defensive and offensive advantage, allowing covert retaliation if necessary, while staying below the radar of any forces that may seek resources by force in a lawless scenario. The lower the profile, the better the odds. Number 7. Establishing alternative POW. Losing grid electricity means losing most modern advantages, but top preppers have these bases covered with hydrogen fuel cells, micro-hydroelectric, extensive solar arrays, and high-capacity batteries to store backup power independently for essentials. Some facilities even run on experimental next-gen systems like portable nuclear microreactors. Redundant power sources keep bunkers fully functional, convenient, and livable no matter the state of the outside world. Electricity is truly the lifeblood of modern survival, and the richest preppers will never be without it due to advanced, customized off-grid solution. Number 6. Establishing crop farm. Total self-sufficiency is the name of the game, so leading preppers develop their own dedicated agricultural zones. Using the most advanced sustainable farming techniques, they cultivate year-round crops, raise livestock, and manage aquaponic systems capable of feeding an entire shelter population with a balanced variety of fresh, nutrient-dense rations. Some facilities even experiment with controlled environment vertical indoor farms, gene-edited crops, and livestock genetic engineering for high yields. This level of autonomous localized agriculture guarantees long-term wartime food security without external supply line. Number 5. Stocking medical supplies and training staff. Perhaps the most important preparation is healthcare. Foremost preppers recruit top doctors, nurses, and medics to permanently staff on-site hospitals with operating rooms, intensive care, pharmacies, and isolation wards, fully equipped for any scenario from surgery to pandemic. Extensive formularies contain every category of medicine, from antibiotics to experimental treatments. Staff undergo continuous specialty training in areas like battlefield trauma and quarantine protocol. Robotic technologies also play a support role. This puts private medical capabilities on par or beyond top public hospitals for any contingent. Number 4. Securing precious metals reserve. While other millionaires leave their wealth exposed, the smartest preppers convert much of their paper assets into the ultimate hard currencies, gold and silver. Vaults maintain massive quantities in the form of 1-ounce coins and larger ingots for a rainy day. Stashes are kept both on-site for emergency liquidity, but also distributed covertly worldwide through cutting-edge smuggling technologies as an extra hedge and means of reacquiring resources globally if financial systems collapse. Precious metals have preserved value as money for millennia for good reason and remain king in any doomsday scenario according to top prepper. Number 3. Forming elite communities. No one can go it alone in a crisis, so the best prepared team up. Forefront families pool vast resources to jointly develop remote, self-sustaining survival cities with all the infrastructure, defenses, and high-tech advantages of a small nation. Facilities include independent solar power desalination plants, green energy grids with connected micro-hydro dams and geothermal plants, etc. These advanced agriculture and circular economies recycle all waste to sustain populations of hundreds. Mutual defense treaties between communities and pooled militia forces enhance protection beyond any standalone setup. United, the rich not only survive but could potentially reconstruct civilization from these autonomous safe zones. Number 2. Establishing political relationships. While keeping low profiles publicly, top preppers covertly maintain strategic ties with key international decision-makers. Off-the-record meetings and back channels influence global politics, intelligence gathering, and ensure favored treatment in crisis for a price, naturally. This gives the richest a leg up on coming threats, the potential to lobby favorable emergency legislation, and could help them leverage access to restricted areas, transport, or resources if exiled from their motherland. It's not what you know, but who, and connected prepper-elites have secure societies most influential on speed dial just in case the worst transpires. Number 1. Establishing seed banks. Life is fragile, so the most thorough shelters maintain extensive in-house seed reserves of thousands of heirloom plant varieties, with archival storage capacities in the millions. Climate-controlled vaults preserve seeds for centuries as an agricultural insurance policy. Classified research also cultivates genetically modified superplants of the future with incredible hardiness, productivity, and nutrition suited to changing environmental conditions inside specialized hydroponic R&D zones. Some facilities even operate covered experimental labs researching advanced topics like aeroponics, transgenic organisms, and synthetic biology as applied to sustainability. Nothing is left to chance when feeding future populations in the long term is something planned for. You won't believe the lengths they're going to. Subscribe and stay tuned for more interesting 1%er emergency escape plans. Thanks for watching.